I'm here at Muhammad's Farms. This is I can't even count how many times. I might have been here 10 or 15 times. But I'm glad to be here, and every trip it's good to see the progress that's been made. The last time I was here, they didn't have no fence over here. They have a fence here. So progress is being made. So help support Muhammad's Farm.
Peace and blessings.
I didn't know anybody when I came, and now I know some names.
Yes, she does.
I ate some good food.
Yeah, because the workshop's going to be going on.
This is just
We're just doing the prep work now.
Yes, sir.
But all the juniors are going to be here. We're going to be teaching them. They're going to build a wall. Brother's going to teach them how to do bricks. I'm going to do plumbing, and then we got an electrician coming. He's going to do electrical.
Praise be to Allah.
I would say the very first time I ever came to Muhammad's Farm was in 1993. And basically, I don't think there was any trees, and that's when we had a youth summer camp program. So everyone flew into Atlanta in 1993, and we actually came here in school buses. I think it was like 3 school buses, and I actually have pictures of it. And it was like no trees, and we had they had some navy beans. We drove to Detroit, met 2 sisters that came here in 2014, and so this year is 9 years in a row from 2014 that I've come, and we've been blessed to get wonderful sponsors like yourself who have really supported me, even with the Savior's Day event where you sponsored 5 people. So I definitely thank you for your generosity.
Praise be to Allah.
And other people, believers, non-believers, who have really sponsored the trip since 2017. You can see improvements, how they're working, and shrubs and different things that's being made here at Muhammad's Farm. So I definitely thank you all for coming. This is your first time here.
Yes, ma'am.
And so I'm sure, inshallah, you'll be back next year and probably bring more people. I appreciate
We appreciate your time.
you. Yes, sir.
May Allah bless you.
Also, you too.
Assalamu alaikum.
Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, we purchased it.
Right.
What was that? 90s. Early 90s.
Right. 'Cause I remember when he got Mosque Mariam 85
Yeah,
or
early
86.
90s.
At 85, 86.
Yeah, he had the check and new money. Rock money. Lord be pleased with him, and he's still alive. He was the one that.
Rock of the South. Dr. Ridgely, we're filming this. Is it okay if we ask you how you feel about being at Muhammad's Farm?
I love being at Muhammad's Farm.
Okay. Well, I'm going to ask you your name and everything else. Okay, is that okay?
Okay, it depends on
This for
limited
Dr.
questions.
Ridgely. Yeah,
For Dr. Ridgely, I love being at Muhammad Farms. I'm a farm coordinator for our study group, Winter Haven Study Group. The study group coordinator is my husband, Brother James Muhammad, and we're from Winter Haven, Florida. And we love being at the farm. We've been working with Dr. Ridgely, the 9 ministries for our study group for, I'm sure, over the past 5.5 years, if not more. It's been longer, but we go way back. So, yeah, I love being on my farm.
And your name, beloved?
Oh, Sister Angela Muhammad.
Okay, sister. We thank you for taking your time
You're quite
to share.
welcome. Thank you.
And we give you the greetings of peace. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Thank you so much.
Now, little brother, can we ask you how you feel about being at Muhammad's Farm? Is that okay?
That's my son.
Give your name and how you feel.
My name is Octavian, and the Muhammad's Farm is very fun. And it's fun that you can get your own food too.
You like that, huh? Does that mean something to you in regards to being able to obtain your own food from your people? Okay, look out now. So is that something you think you'll be a part of in the future, growing with this?
Yeah.
May Allah bless you, little brother. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
So we got several workstations here. We got a workstation right here that teaches you brick mason. Who knows what brick mason is? What's brick mason?
They put the cement between the bricks to build a structure.
Yeah, see, this is absolutely correct. See what we got there? We got the brick mason right here. We got this station. We also have electric station. You look behind here. This is a circuit representing a light circuit that's in your house. And so we have a professional skilled electrician, Brother Brinson. He's going to explain to you how the light circuit works. So Brother Red right here, he's going to explain to you how it works. So the electricity, the mysteries of electricity in the wall will be revealed to you by Brother Brinson. So that's our second workstation. The third workstation we have is the plumbing workstation. There's no mystery to where your water comes from and where it goes. So we're going to show you how to put plumbing together. We're going to show you how to solder some pipes, how to put PEX together, and how the water flows. We're going to do that here. And last, but definitely not least, we're going to show you the carpentry and framing workstation. That's inside the tiny house. So we got all that going on, and allow you to do the well. We can do it in an orderly fashion.
I got an unfinished basement I'm working on.
So actually, actually in that little plastic part, this fit right down in there.
Right. Notice we got lights on here. Everybody's house, we pray, has lights in their house. Well, behind the walls, you all have sheetrock on your walls like this. But behind the walls, you got these wires. But listen, that's what he does for a living. He did these. He put these holes in here and ran these wires. And so all these wires, the white ones go together. They come down and they go right behind brother right here. And brother, you just flip that switch for us. There you go. Flip it again. And if you look at the back of the switch, the wires go up, they come together, and they go to the main panel. So I'm not going to say this is the main panel. I'm not going to talk about that, and don't touch this. don't get no close to this. And if you all want to know more about the main panel, ask Brother Brinson. And so behind the walls, we have all this in your house. And so it's no mystery to anything. And everything can be fixed. You got to fix something, you open up the wall and replace it. So, any questions before we break into the groups?
Who did the framing?
Brother Musa and myself.
Brother Musa and yourself did the framing?
Yeah.
Fast. This is 10 days altogether?
This whole thing, demo and build up to the way it is in 10 days of work.
10 days.
10 days.
10 days. Yep.
That's only 3 people.
Yep. So can you imagine how fast it'd be done if you had a
What
whole
city
crew?
you in? That's when he's in Albany, right?
He's in Birmingham.
Oh, he's in Birmingham?
He's in Birmingham.
Oh, okay.
So whoever's close by me,
Okay.
make sure you give me your contact.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, any more questions?
These plugs and that stuff go on the inside. Now, your black normally be your hot when you're dealing with electric. Your black normally be your hot. You got color code. It depends on you doing commercial. Commercial, you have a red, you use red, and you use the black. And sometimes if you overseas, you're dealing with a different circuit over there. You use brown, over there they use brown, and you use power off. You don't twist them together when you got your power off and you touch it. Hear that sound? Mm-hmm. That means you got a complete flow. See, you take that loose, that means it broke. Because you can troubleshoot basically your own house, but electrician just come in there, he charge you all that money. It's real simple. See, so. So you ain't got no read. Now you take that in and put that together.
It don't take long to catch on to this.
Turn it loose, put it back together. See, most times we'll if I have somebody working with me, and I be on this end, they'll bump it. Beep, 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 beep. And they'll let you know you got a complete circle, so we know we can make it up then.
Okay. So you got anybody who wants to go see any plumbing now, brother?
Yeah, they gonna plumb. I went through a lot of troubleshooting and stuff.
Okay, so what y'all think about this?
I love you, bro.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's exciting, huh?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Very
Brother
informative.
Benson know what he's doing too.
Yes, sir. We're gonna,
So they set the light come on and all that stuff?
Yeah, the light. I showed them how to, once you plug in, the
They
electric
said they
flows
got
up.
it.
Yeah. So basically we just show how the electricity flows.
Okay.
So how I come in and I just take it back to the panel.
Okay. So some of you already want to see some plumbing? Okay,
Yeah.
come on.
Okay, so
We're gonna go under the house and we're gonna actually see the plumbing under the tiny house. Okay, so now the original type of plumbing they had in older houses was called steel board. And this is how you use pipe work. After steel pipes, they made what's called copper pipes. Copper pipes are much better than steel because when water touches steel, you know what happens? It rusts. It rusts over time. So in old houses, they got old rusty pipes and they're having problems. So they replaced them with these called copper. One of the values of copper is it doesn't rust. It doesn't rust. So that's why they use copper. And also they don't break when they freeze. The way you connect copper pipes together, you solder them together. So we did some soldering. I'm gonna show you all some soldering as well, but we did some soldering and it's done with a torch. So we did that. So I'm gonna let you all do some of that too. After copper pipes, there's what's called.
Brother Coach,
Yes, sir.
and you say they don't break when they freeze?
No, not copper. Copper doesn't break. PVC does break.
Okay.
This is PVC. PVC is very inexpensive and it's pretty easy to work with. The way you work with PVC, you glue them together with glue. And so you don't need a torch, you don't need a wrench, you just glue it together. It works real good, but the bad part about it is if it freezes under 32 degrees, when water freezes, and it stays that way for an amount of time, your pipes can freeze, and then when they unfreeze, you turn the water on, you'll have leaks. So you gotta be real careful. So, but people like them because it's very inexpensive. And now, after the PVC, this is the newest one. Who knows what this is called? It's called PEX. This is what you find in newer homes. This is what you find in trailers, and this is what we use in our that's the sink. And so, what is the white pipe for?
The white pipe is for the water to go out of.
Very good.
And the pipe is for it to go in.
That's it. So which is the clean water and which is the dirty water?
This is the dirty water, this is the clean water.
Is that right? Okay. So now if you follow it, it goes this way, right?
Yep.
And guess where it connects to?
It comes out right there.
Right. So what's this right here?
That's the toilet.
That's the toilet. And so you see this runs here, connects to the same place where the toilet is, and goes out to your sewage. So we don't have a sewage, so it goes there. So now, Brother Musa, please flush the toilet. Okay, any questions? Yes, sir.
Did you say the clean water was in the blue pipe?
Yes, sir. And it's coming from, if you follow it, it's just hooked to a hose. So the hose is like your city water. So because we're not in the city, we're just doing this for demonstration. It's coming through the hole. That's the clean water. We're gonna go ahead and do some soldering now. So the solder, you have to put this stuff on it called flux. This helps the solder to flow very easy. So I get this stuff and I paint it on like that. See there? And then I get the other end and do the same thing. What does the flux do? It makes the solder flow easy. Okay, we didn't even know what the solder is doing. Who knows what the solder is?
Heating a metal so that way it welds together. Or that.
That's solder.
That's like a
This is a whole different yeah, that's solder. How you connect pipes with solder? We did PEX and we did PVC. Any questions? Okay.
I see. Okay, just like that. So we're gonna have a wall here. Remember that? We're gonna have a wall here. There you go. That's good. That's good. That's good. There you go. And brother, observe that. I didn't even see it. All right, sister. Now drill that in right there. Yes, ma'am. Get it flush. Drill it in. All praise be to God. Now you do the other one on the other side. That's it. Yes, ma'am. You gotta take that one. Take it out. You got dots markings all the way down. That's 36 inches. So you're gonna try to get it. Let him get this out, and then y'all can come towards the center. You're gonna keep tapping it until you get it under 36. If it keeps bouncing back and forth, push the wall, man. Get it in. All right. That one's on. That one's on. So
Sister, come in here and look at that wall again.
All right. The mortar is it's just a mixture of cement and sand.
Cement and sand.
They call this mortar mix. And no, it's 3-part sand. It's 3-part sand, 1 part mortar mix. Now when you spread it, let me show you. Spread it. You want to cut it down in the middle. Try to spread it in the middle.
It's not. So as far as the consistency, you don't want that stuff too thick, or you don't want it too watery, right? Kind of like a nice little in between.
Correct. And pick up the water like this. So a little bit like right here, and then press, grab it down like that. Now, see how I hold my bread?
Oh, wait a minute. Like that.
Hold it like that. See it?
So you can catch that side right there. So you can catch the side.
See how I got my hand over the bread?
Hold it so you can slide that on the side.
Like that?
Like that. Right, see? Now, I'm just...
Water.
That's it. Touch them all off. Oh, that's pretty brick. That's a pretty laid brick.
Yeah.
That's a pretty laid brick. You got one more to go.
House for me.
There's a lot of stuff. That's find somebody that can show you. But we want to give this to a young FOI, so he can probably pursue the trades. So, but this is an FOI workshop. But we're not turning nobody down. So, brother, I'm sorry, I got to pull rank on you. The next closest is junior FOI.
It's your product.
And it's not adult. It's got to be a junior. This is a junior FOI workshop. Thank you.
Sorry. Young man said, understand.
Dar Tavis.
Here you go. Who is that Tavis?
Right here.
That's Dar Tavis.
You still got it.
Oh, you guys know you was in there. Where you? You should have. I hope you got it.
I got him.
Is he still here? You not?
This blockage is sunlight, sun rays that's converted into heat. Like they cooked the muffins and that was 25 minutes in these 2 ovens. In the other ovens, it was about 40 minutes.
Cameron, you get 2 more. This is 1 more.
So when you take this, it's going straight to the blood system, it's circulating to the brain, and it's causing your brain to fire. It's good for withdrawing from drugs. You know what drugs do to the brain?
Yeah, I know,
It just depletes it. All of those chemical processes that's necessary for you to function. You know, so this one, no, this one, a lot of roll. Since it is a conductor of electricity, this would help you with that, with any kind of withdrawal, any kind of mental illness. If you want to focus, like say you're studying for a test, you take it.
Oh, studying for a test. Don't think you're ready to take a test.
Come back for this. Come back for your sweet and your savory.
gone now. That's the house where the Honorable Elijah Muhammad used to teach. And go to sleep on the porch with his eyes open. While he was talking. Okay, let's go to the back so you can see the graves. Different pools, some more pools. That's where his grandfather put his to the last stop. This was put up by the alumni of the Jose Cobbs Institute. Where the apartments is where it was at. So they put that up in 2002. This thing was from 1890 to 1962, and they put up in 2002. They put up this memorial to it. Deep Step, Sandyville, and then to Arkansas for you. Then they came to Cordell. They lived there until they was like 19 or 20 years old. Right? Then his family stayed in Cordell, but then he came up to Macon and he got a job at the Cherokee Creek. He used to go home every weekend back to Cordell to take a check. You know how far it is from here to Cordell? That's Golden, right? So he would go home walking. Wasn't he had a car? Train, plane, maybe plane. Oh, he walked. So he worked here, all right? Then from here, then he worked down at the train station. And from the train station, that's when he left, go to Detroit, and then later on brought his family in. So, the messenger on farm, sawmill, brickyard, train station. So when Master Farad Muhammad picked him, okay, he didn't pick a city slicker who was selling women's bodies and selling drugs in the city. Okay? He found a farmer, sawmill person, lumberman, brick mason, train. So somebody who knew about all the pieces you need for a nation. That's who we chose. And so when it was time to build a nation, Honorable Elijah Muhammad had all those experiences in his background so that he could buy a farm from where he was at. He knew what to ask what to look for. Right? So he was able to do business and let Mr. Farrakhan take care of the spiritual while he built the nation. But he had all the knowledge, the background knowledge necessary to build a nation. Master Farad Muhammad knew what he was looking for and found what he was looking for, the next step. So now we have to do what Mr. Farrakhan said to do in 2005. What did he say in 2005 to the Islam movement? What did he say? What did he have a vote on? What did he have a referendum on? Y'all remember what he had a referendum on in 2005? The Islam movement? Y'all remember? Huh? The ministry. He asked the people, do we need a minister of agriculture? Do we need a minister of education? All the people said yes. Okay? So he gave us the next steps. So the question is, when are we going to follow through on the next steps instead of just continually talk about the wake-up call? The white man is the devil. Oh, yeah. The black man is God. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's great. Now you vote. What you going to do? Okay? You got to get involved in the 9 ministries so you can start building a nation, starting in your own community and then developing community. Okay? This is Mr. Farrakhan said it may take 40, 50 years for us to take over the South. Y'all heard that, right? Okay, so figure out how you live. Because we're going to take it over county by county, state by state. It's not going to be a quick process. Okay? And you see how white folks are dying for them damn shots they're taking? not the rain. But you guys ready to buy the piece of property, have to know what to do with it, and rebuild our nation. Any questions? Here's the train station. Right? It's now a transportation for humans, right? But this has been this train station, this depot has been here. So that's where they would get the slaves off and sell them right there. But they kept it, they try to hide what it is. Like I've seen pictures of the type of slave auction platforms, and they had the buckles down there, you know, in concrete with that buckle, so they put that chain on there, right, before they auction you off, right? So anyway, so we go take a group picture here, then we'll go over here and take a group picture in front of that thing. This is what the messenger worked as a port.
Yeah, from 1920 we started working.
By the way, she does have 11 footsteps of the messenger.
Yeah.
Okay, she has 11 footsteps of the messenger brochures, a booklet. If we get it the last stop, you need to buy it. Okay.
Okay, the significance of that colored waiting room sign, Macon is my home. So, yeah, you know. In the early 80s, the mid 80s, they were thinking of tearing all of this down, getting rid of that. But a group of people, and I was one of them.
Led by who?
Not me.
Oh, you didn't lead it?
Uh-uh.
Do the way we do it in the Nation of Islam.
You know, a good friend of mine, Henry Ficklin, who's still on city council here, called a meeting, and everybody went to work to make them keep this sign, because they were going to just tear it all down and remove any relevance that you allowed this building here, and white folk had to go in one way and colored had to come in another. So that is why it's here, because of the efforts of some people in Macon.
Including Sister Ann, who's the head of the NAACP for Asians.
Well, another thing we kept was the old Douglas Theater across the way. I have pictures of it too.
Crescent Moon.
Wow.
But they covered that up. Wow. Okay. So now we're going to do the cemetery first, and we'll come back and talk a little bit more about how the original church was really underneath those trees over there. I figure this is a matriarch, considering how they have it in the center of everything. Okay? So this is, we figure this is the matriarch, because they got it the way they have it sitting in the middle of everything, and nothing else around, and the dating. So this is what we think is the matriarch of the family. Okay? Now, what y'all can do is just walk around and look at the gravestones. Like there's a bunch of fools over there, fools all around, a bunch of fools over there in the hall. Ain't no damn mystery God. Okay? So I just can't assume stuff is going to happen. All right? I have to plan. And then I'd have a secondary plan and a third plan. All right? To keep things moving. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, sir.